Hi everyone, I hope you're doing great. I would just like to come to you today to have this brief conversation about how we can continue pursuing our dreams, goals, aspirations without being deviated by distractions. I think that this has been something very challenging for many people very recently, but I would like to bring forth something that can be of very great benefit for you if you have the opportunity to use it as a daily practice. And this has to do with coherence. Your coherence is what matters most while you are putting your entire dedication and focus onto something that is meaningful, something that you know that in the long run is going to be an amazing thing for you. And this has to do with coherence between your thinking and how you're feeling and how you're acting. Um, Whenever we have things around us and we know that they are not only a few, there is a tendency of us being pulled away, let's put that way, of what is really important for us if we're not attentive to what we're thinking and how we are feeling and how we're acting. And these distractions tend to be in one aspect or another. So, for example, it might be that you are wanting to study and then all other noises started to appear in the surrounding areas, and you have to always be looking at yourself and in which ways you can bring your attention back to whatever you're doing. And this, of course, when you have this understanding of the importance of coherence, then it gets easier for you to just bring your attention back. You can do this, of course, through your breath as a natural practice of remembering active feeling and thinking the same direction. You bring your attention to your breath and how you're breathing, the pace with which this is happening. You bring in your focus to how this flow, your rhythm, is allowing you to continue giving yourself the space and time that you need to do whatever you need to do. And I think that it also has to do with what we consider an interruption. If you see interruption as something that is simply related to a noise, as something that I'm experiencing right now, then it will only be an interruption if I consider that as such. However, there are moments that it might be an urgency that you have to really look at and to help someone in need, or maybe help yourself, or do something that is necessary for that moment, and you give yourself the time and the consideration that it deserves, right? But in other situations, those things, they don't have the power to interfere in whatever you are doing unless you allow that to happen. I think this is also a great opportunity when you are reconnecting to your breath to see how your emotions are flowing, and not to judge them, but just to see and have this realization: what's happening, why you're doing what you're doing. Is it really needed to do the way that you are pursuing that? Or maybe your feelings are giving you some evidence that maybe there's a much better way, or maybe it is best to wait for a little bit, like 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Or is it something that you might be recognizing that your emotions are there telling you that maybe it's best to go faster and slower, like to adjust your pace without feeling demotivated for whatever that might be happening. Another thing has to do with the physicality, whether it is feeling comfortable or not. And sometimes we have to just pay attention to our environment and how we are conducting ourselves and how we are acting. And especially when we are relating to other people, I think that this is very meaningful. Many conflicts could be avoided and many tensions could be avoided among people if they were looking at themselves and observing this coherence between thinking, feeling, and acting. And I'm not saying here from a place of complete perfection, but I'm saying this because I have experienced that recently. It was so meaningful to me to have realized that in the moment that I was having this conversation, something was shifting. And I was realizing that as the conversation was going on. And there were odd moments that I haven't done that. And this observation is key, because if you don't know that something is shifting and you are with the thinking in one place, then the feeling in another, and the physicality wanted to be somewhere else while the thinking is there, all those clashes inside ourselves creates a lot of noise in our communication, noise in our interactions, and this could be avoided. Not for the purpose of saying, hey, this cannot happen, can never happen. No, it's not that, but it is just like this understanding that it could run more smoothly when people are exchanging information and having conversations on topics that matter to them, if they are doing this from a place of complete alignment, an inner alignment. So I hope that this message was important for you today, and if it were somehow, if that could be introduced to your daily life, and you might have experienced the benefits of that through this video, or because you were already practicing this. So leave your comments, tell me what you have been experienced lately, and how you have produced more harmony in your interactions, and especially the interaction with yourself. So thanks so much, and see you next time. Take good care. Bye bye.